Incredible morning to fly.
And I should also mention to you that I'm deaf, cochlear implants, I wear cochlear implants. So that's one thing I want to mention for all of you out there that are wondering if that's something you can do. Check it out. They're willing to work with us.
Hi guys, I'm Dave Taylor, and this week on the Aviator Show, we've got kind of a special story for you all. Every student that comes through our doors has some sort of challenge. They're facing something. It takes a lot of guts to run into the sky. But Brian is kind of a special case for us because he can't hear. He's got cochlear implants, he's functionally deaf, and he had the dream to fly. And we had the awesome opportunity to be able to teach him how to run into the sky. We're going to tell the story of what we went through and the process that we took. To this day, he's still flying. He's still having a great time, and we had an awesome experience teaching him how to fly.
Hi, my name is Brian Gingrich from Ohio. It's awesome. I just love the family atmosphere that's here. First day I was here, I wasn't sure what to expect. Everybody kept dropping their guard, relax and get to really know each other. I love the one-on-one conversations, especially with the different individuals and hearing their stories. We all come from different backgrounds, but that's what makes it interesting. And we're all here for one thing, and that's to learn how to run into the sky. That's just the best part of it, and to actually do it, it's like sometimes I'm still kicking myself. I'm like, dude, are you actually doing this? It's great.
It was awesome. I definitely want to do that full time.
And I should also mention to you that I'm deaf, I wear cochlear implants. So that's one thing I want to mention for all of you out there that are wondering if that's something you can do. Check it out. They're willing to work with us, and I love how they view it as an obstacle to overcome, not something as a handicap. So that was really positive for me. And yeah, it was a big unknown for me. I was fully prepared to go back home the first week because it wouldn't work. And I'm excited that I came this far, got a bunch of flights in, and yeah, I love it here and definitely recommend it to anybody that's wondering if they should do it, because all I can say is it's either one day or day one. So day one is definitely the best choice. One thing that's different probably was just simply the radio work, where we communicate. My processors have Bluetooth, and it works well with my phones when I call or play music. And she's like, hey, let's just try the phone. And I said, sure, let's do it. So that's one thing that's different is, yeah, it's that the radio has too much of that background static, and I found it hard to understand Dave. So that's what we did. We just used the phone, and he would just communicate to me through a phone call. I just left it in my harness.
Right 45. Right 45. Good. Fly straight. Good job. Look at gear, look at lines, look at risers. Good job. Brian, kick your legs. Good, good. Yes, very good, Brian. Great. You did great.
Woohoo! It's kind of hard to explain, really. It's an experience of its own, and you just got to do it yourself to really know. And it's to describe it to somebody that wants to fly. It's just you can't. It's just now I know what the Eagles feel like, and I'm just gonna keep doing it as much as I can.
I also give a shout out too for Dave and Kelly especially. They're the ones that worked with me and my wingman. That was so cool. They had a big impact on me and their instructing. Just want to give them a shout out. I really appreciate them especially, and the other instructors as well. They all had an impact on me, but I especially want to thank Dave and Kelly on here for doing what they did. It was great. I come from Ohio, obviously, and come from Mennonite background, which basically I prefer to call myself a Christian over Mennonite versus Amish or whatever. So I like to say I'm a Christian and I believe in God, and that's one thing I just really appreciate about here is it doesn't really matter what your background is. You're not going to get looked down on. I guess my desire here while I was here was just to be able that everyone could see God through me. That's kind of my prayer. And yeah, I know I made a lot of mistakes in life. I was sometimes frustrated, but now I got a new hobby. I got a new thing to do. We all have a story to tell. I just remember my first grade teacher telling my mom, she's like, dude, she remembers me being little and just struggling to be able to keep up with my classmates, specifically in hearing and speech. And this is right after I came back from Ukraine, just going out to another country with another friend. And you know, that looked kind of big to me because of the culture difference, because of the language barrier. It's hard for me to pick up on language especially. That was exciting for me positive for me to hear that somebody's like, wow, they remember when I was little, and to see me doing things that I am now, that left an impression on me too, like you can actually do this. It's probably a little harder for us deaf people to do things that the same pace as what normal people would do, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that we're still doing stuff. We don't let it hold us back. Otherwise, you're gonna have a lot of regrets when you actually get into your wheelchair at that stage of life. You gotta have fun while you're doing it and just take a break every now and then. Otherwise, you'll just get burned out. And that's one aspect about flying that I'm excited about, is just that intervals every so often, just leaving the world behind, just doing some soaring. Yeah, I love my job, I love my family, but there is something about traveling. You can't, it's hard to explain it. It's a break from everything. Definitely a highlight of my life. Something I always look forward to, always planning the next adventure.
Today's day 2 of flying, and absolutely beautiful morning. You can see almost zero wind. There's just a little bit up top, but incredible morning to fly. And finally understanding what everything's doing while I fly is just awesome. Just love it.
My plan was to simply come here and just see how it goes. I could definitely see me adding an extra dimension to my vacations. Everywhere I go, my Paramotor is going to go with me. That's a guarantee. I might not necessarily hang out with friends that have it, but I'm like, hey, do you mind if I just take a break and go fly? Just check the area out. That's something I'm excited about. At this point, I'll probably stay mostly at home, but it'd be so cool to eventually go out west, go explore some of these places that everybody else talks about.
Power, just maintain altitude. Good. Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Walk with me, and we'll be all we need. Your hand in mine, our song undefined, our world alive. You and I, we found what we've been missing. You and I, it feels like we're finally living.
I want to specifically thank my parents, obviously, my family. They were a little bit hesitant, you know, they look scary to them. But like, hey, you do what you want to do, and we'll try to support it. So I really appreciate my parents for what they do and how they've raised me, and it's something that I feel privileged to have that. My family, my grandparents, I feel very blessed and privileged to have a tight family. And if any of you, my friends, if you ever see me out here, just hit me a message and I'll say, hey, let's see if we can get you hooked up with flying, if that's something you want to do. Yeah, definitely. So I'm so glad I did it. It's definitely that decision of day one that changed it. And yeah, so excited about what I have out ahead of me now. So.